Okay, let's just get right into it. We have a huge problem with how we talk about AI because we're all stuck using the wrong metaphor. So, we're going to explore a new way of thinking that might just change everything about how you build and manage your AI projects.
You know the feeling, right? Especially if you're a product manager or a tech leader. You roll out this incredible, powerful new AI, and then you spend all your time steering it, correcting it, basically just hand-holding it. It's absolutely exhausting, and it makes you feel like something's just fundamentally wrong.
But here's the twist. What if the problem isn't the technology at all? What if the real issue is the story we've been telling ourselves about what AI is supposed to be? The whole framework we use to understand it. It might be flawed right from the very beginning.
So let's dig in and break down this wrong metaphor. The problem is, we consistently talk about AI as if it's a conscious partner. And that one little mistake, it's the root cause of so much of our frustration.
I mean, just think about the words we use. We call it a co-pilot, like it's right there next to us, reasoning through the problem, or a deliberate thinker that's weighing all the options. We have this image of it holding a flashlight, carefully lighting up the facts for us. These are powerful images, but they set a very specific and very wrong expectation.
And this isn't just a philosophical debate, right? This has real-world consequences. When you're expecting a thinking colleague, but you get something else entirely, you end up with that burnout, that constant feeling of babysitting, and that gap between what we expect and what we get, well, that's where so many promising AI projects go to die.
Okay, so if the whole conscious partner idea is broken, what's the fix? Let's try on a completely new framework, one that's way more powerful and, frankly, more accurate. Thinking of AI not as a conscious mind, but as a subconscious one.
This comparison really lays it all out. Our conscious mind, that's the narrator. It's the voice in your head that feels like you. It's like a spotlight you can point at different things. But the subconscious? Oh, that's a whole other beast. It's not a spotlight, it's the floodlights. It's a pattern-matching engine that's always predicting what's coming next, and it does it all in the background, totally invisibly.
And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? You don't wake up in the morning and give your subconscious a to-do list. You don't prompt it to keep your heart beating or to instantly recognize a face in a crowd. It's just on. It runs. And that is the true nature of the AI systems we should be trying to build. So, when you strip it all down, here's what AI really is. It's a pattern engine. It's not some philosopher searching for capital T truth. It's a machine that's been shown a mountain of data, learn the structures within it, and now its only job is to predict the most plausible next thing in a sequence. It's all about what's probable, not what's deliberate.
Now, this leads to a really interesting insight. If AI is truly like the subconscious, then the AI applications that we actually love and use every day should share its most important qualities. And as it turns out, they absolutely do.
Think about the best AI tools out there. They have two things in common. First, they're ambient. They're just kind of there, always on and ready to help. And second, they're invisible. They do their job without making you do more work. They don't demand your attention. They just get things done in the background.
This completely flips the script on what we think of as an AI agent. It's not a chatbot window you have to open or a session you have to start. The truly powerful AI of the future is going to be a persistent presence, woven right into the fabric of how we work. Always on and ready to help.
All right, let's get into what might be the most crucial part of this whole idea. We need to talk about AI's biggest, scariest flaw, hallucinations. And we need to reframe them, not as a bug to be squashed, but as a predictable and maybe even necessary feature.
I mean, the word itself is so loaded. Hallucination. It makes it sound like the AI has gone mad, that it's just making things up out of thin air. It's a really satisfying word to use when we're frustrated, but honestly, it's misleading us about what's really going on.
So let's ask a pretty radical question. What if these things we call errors aren't random mistakes at all? What if they are the logical, predictable output of a system designed for pattern matching, a system that exists both in AI and inside our own heads?
To really get this, we're going to look at a classic optical illusion. Now, I'm sure many of you have seen this checkerboard before, but I want you to look at it with fresh eyes. Don't think of it as a trick. Think of it as an output from your own biological pattern engine.
So look closely at the board. You've got square A and square B. Just go with your gut instinct. Which one is darker? I'm willing to bet everything that you're saying, square A, obviously. B looks like a much, much lighter shade of gray. It's not even close, right?
Well, here's the wild part. They are the exact same color. Seriously, if you were to measure the pixel values, they are identical. Now, your conscious brain can learn that fact, but your subconscious visual system will always scream that they're different. Why? Because it's automatically correcting for the shadow's context. It's predicting what reality should look like, not just recording what's there.
And that right there is the key. Your brain's hallucination is the price you pay for having a system that's incredibly fast and useful for navigating the world. AI's hallucinations are the exact same trade-off. They are the artifacts of a system that's optimized for plausible patterns, not for philosophical truth. So, once that aha moment clicks, once you really start to see AI as a subconscious pattern engine, it changes your entire strategy. You're no longer trying to fix a flaw, you're starting to design for the system's true nature.
And you know what that means? We can finally get off the endless hamster wheel of better prompting. We can stop trying to write that one magic sentence that will somehow force this machine to be something it's not. The real fix isn't about changing the prompt. It's about giving the AI the right role to begin with.
So, how do you put this into practice? Well, you let the AI handle the repeatable, boring stuff. You design it to be ambient and invisible whenever you can. But, and this is crucial, you have to accept its checkerboard view of the world. That means you build in safety nets, like escalation paths for when things get weird, and you always add a human verification step for anything high stakes. You're designing with its nature, not fighting against it.
And this really is the whole idea in a nutshell. The biggest mistake our industry's making is trying to force AI into the role of a conscious mind. But the greatest advantage, the real opportunity here, is to lean in and design our systems to harness the incredible power of a subconscious engine.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Now that you have this new mental model, this new metaphor, how are you going to go back and rethink your AI strategy? What could you build if you stopped trying to babysit a faulty colleague and started architecting around a tireless, ambient pattern machine?